Yeah, I remember, the big mess that created, but the fun, just the enjoyment, the conversation about stories from you growing up and piñatas and what that meant. And I remember that for a while that brought a tradition where before birthdays you were making piñatas with the kids. I think it was CJ that wanted a Batman piñata,
Oh, that's
and I
true.
remember you making that
I
for
forgot
another
that.
birthday. And so sometimes, it's the things you do one time end up becoming traditions in your
Mm.
family that can be really special and memorable and just create those bonds, and stories. I mean, so many times when you get together, when they're older, it's going to be talking about the things that you did together when you were young.
Yeah, I remember another time when I was working in the office. One of my goals was to be able to be around the family, and that's why we started homeschooling too, because you can create more moments, more potential moments when they can share with you. And uh, he was, I don't know, he must have been like 6 years old.
CJ?
Yeah, you think so? Yeah. So he asked me, "Hey, do you know how to trap a rat?" And I said, "What?"
Oh, he was older then. I thought
What's
when
the
he
older?
asked you how long the snake was.
Oh,
Like,
okay. Well,
wasn't there one?
yeah. There's no. Well, let's talk about a mouse first.
Okay.
You know, kind of catch a mouse, and I said, "Why are you asking that?" Instead of saying, "Well, I don't know, I'm busy right now," I thought, "Okay, right now, pause. He's asking me to spend time with him in a particular way." So I asked him, "Why are you asking me that?" And he said, "Oh, because I just finished reading this book on trapping animals, how to trap bears, and how to trap. I don't know, I forget now. But one way to trap mice is here. I'll show you." So I went to the backyard, and we had seen a mouse some days before, and he had made a trap with some bricks, on top of each other, and then in the middle of it there was a bucket, and then there was a piece of wood that was leaning on the bucket, and he had some bait, and the mouse was supposed to walk down and fall in the bucket. And he never trapped the mouse, but that was an opportunity for me to listen to him and to create those bonds.
Yeah, and a lot of times they built another Lego building, car, something they want you to see. They love to show you what they've created, and I think a lot of times we think, oh, I'm busy doing something, but it wouldn't take very long. I think sometimes we think, oh, it's such a big interruption, but they're asking for a couple minutes, to go admire something they've created. And so it's take those moments, take advantage, because they really are telling you how they want to spend time with you.
Yeah, and I think we were pretty intuitive about kids being young and doing that with them, honey. But I think what we might have made more mistakes, especially me. I'm sure I did, was uh, being too critical. And we'll talk about that on the next one, especially as they become teenagers. That it's really important that you learn to listen to them. Dale Carnegie, on his book How to Win Friends and Influence People, talks about that everybody's favorite subject is themselves. If you look for yourself on a group picture, if you look at a group picture, who do you look for first? Yourself. And if you see that you see that group picture, somebody else took the picture, and you look like this, and you're like, hey, why did they upload the picture like that? Well, because they weren't looking at you; they were looking about themselves. So when you're a child or when you're teenagers wanting to share something with you, before you react, even if it's something you disagree with, it's the moment to just listen to them. So I'll give you the general principle. Eat together, read together, explain everything to them when they're little, geography, politics. Um, we have some good friends he's from Chile and she's from France. They live in France and they were visiting here last year, and their daughters are French. They speak all these languages, right? But they speak English with a little bit of a French accent, which sounds so cool. And our kids were intrigued by it. So it was a great opportunity to go get the globe and look at the country and study the country. And that's another reason why we decided to homeschool, because it gives you so many opportunities for learning.
Yeah, I think we wanted to have that time. We wanted our kids to want to spend time with each other and with us. And sometimes it's harder when there's more competition, and we just felt like, let's create a game that we can win. And homeschooling was part of that. We wanted there were things that we wanted them to learn. There were ideas that they values and things that we wanted to instill in them. We wanted their relationship with their siblings to be their strongest friendship, and their relationship with us. And so, yeah, I think that was part of creating a game we could win. And if you're not homeschooling, you just have to think that way. How am I going to win this game? You know, it's probably going to be doing homework with them after school. It's really prioritizing time that you're going to spend with your kids. And that doesn't mean that your life just revolves around your child's activities. No, that means that you're going to invite them into your world too, because part of you know, we talked about this last week, but you have to take advantage. You know, you can't just say, okay, my child's home from school, I'm going to spend all my time with them. No, because you have to make dinner, you have to do laundry, you have to do other things, but you bring them into that. You know, okay, I'm going to make dinner, I'm not going to send them off to watch a video or play a video game while I'm making dinner. I'm going to say, hey, we're going to make dinner together, we're making this, you can do this part. And while you're working together, you're going to be able to talk together, you know, and sometimes it creates more work, but it's worth it. It's worth it because you're spending that time together. So, I mean, it doesn't have to just be activities that revolve around them. It's what are the things that have to happen to make our family work, and we're going to work at them together. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. And right now, we're filming this right before the election here in the U.S. And we're finding out, I'll give you a quick tip about teenagers. We're finding out that some of our kids may have different views than we do. And I was finally realizing that I've been doing too much talking. I've been doing too much critiquing about what they might believe that maybe disagrees with me. And just this week, I purposely, proactively decided I'm going to listen to my 16-year-old as he explains things to me. And I realized that we're not that far from each other, really. But if all we do is me explaining what I believe, and then he gets a chance to maybe get a word in, that's not real communication. So I have to really listen and find out why is something important to him.
And you have an advantage when they're young is that they really want to listen to you. Yeah. They really do respect your opinions. So don't think it's too early to talk about everything. Like you said, talk about politics, talk about the Bible, talk about questions that people have about the Bible. Why do they have them? What are they thinking? You know, talk through those things. That's when they want to hear what you think when they're little. Yeah. And read books about it. That's one of my favorite things. I mean, create time